Hey everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Samsung dryers. I've had this dryer for about 10 years and for the most part it's been pretty good. However, it has two problems. The first, it didn't dry the clothes, which is a pretty big problem for a dryer. We would put a routine load of clothes in there and it would take 3, sometimes 4 hours to get the clothes mostly dry, and even then they were still damp. That's a problem we're going to solve in another video. Today we're going to talk about a situation where the clothes do get dry. In fact, the system runs normally. It takes a normal amount of time, dries the clothes. You hear the tones go off to let you know that it's finished. But the tumbler never stops tumbling. It just goes and goes and goes forever. The only way to stop it is to pull the plug out of the wall. Even if you go to the panel, try to hit off or any of the other buttons, nothing works. It just continues to run. Luckily, this is a problem that can be solved by switching out the internal board in the system. And fortunately, it's something that even I can do. Okay, we're about ready to get started. This is going to involve working with the circuitry inside the system, so we definitely want to make sure the power is off from the system at the wall. Unplug that and we're ready to open her up. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to take the top of the dryer off. There are 2 screws holding the dryer lid on. One here and one here. All right, we've removed our screws, so we should just be able to slide this thing right off the top. So I have seen some other YouTube videos where they recommend tapping on this housing as a solution for this problem. It is possible that will work on an intermittent basis because the issue here, I think, is there's a solenoid in there that moves up and down, and if it gets stuck, tapping it might loosen it and shut off your dryer. That is not going to be a long-term permanent fix, though. What we're going to show you here, where we switch out the board, should solve the problem moving forward without having to come back in and tap all the time. Okay, our circuit board is inside of this metal housing. So there are 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to remove those screws so we can get access to our circuit board. The housing has several metal flanges that hold it in place, which we can just pull away, and you can see the inside where you have your board. So the nice thing about this project is that we don't have to do anything complicated in terms of electrical work. We're not going to have to solder anything. We don't even have to twist wires into those little cap things. This is just all modular. We're going to unplug the modules from the board and then plug them into our new board. Now, I don't think any of these modules are the same from one to one, so you can't really plug them into the wrong place. Nevertheless, I always like to take a photograph so that I know what I started with, and that way I can compare, make sure I'm plugging everything back into the right place. All right, so let's remove our old board. So we'll start with this wire that's tied in here to this clip, and then we'll remove all the modules. That one. This one looks like 2, but it's connected, so we're going to know where that one goes. Some of them do have a little clip that you have to push to pull them out. That one did. Okay, we've got the board out. We need to replace it, so you can go to the Samsung website. Samsung website has a place where you enter your dryer model number, and then it'll tell you the various parts that are suitable for replacement. I then went to Amazon with that part number and purchased this as a complete set. It came with the housing and the board. I've seen them there with just the board. If you get one with just the board, I don't know that it's any cheaper, But if you do, then you're going to need to swap out the board. So there's just a single screw right here that you can remove. Right, and then it just lifts out. There's a flange on the end, it drops into a notch. So you take your new board, you're going to slide that into the notch, line up your screw hole, reattach. Okay, so I do have Amazon affiliate links in the description below, which will take you to this particular replacement part with the board and the housing. If you need a different one, obviously you're going to have to search around a little bit using the Samsung website. I have that in the description as well for your convenience. Okay, we have our new board and it's attached to the housing. We're just going to reattach all our wires in the reverse order that we took them off. So our green, back into the green. Listen for the snap, if there is one. This one here is the smaller of the two, so it's going to snap in here. This modular one here with 6 right there. You got this one here. And this with the 3 larger ones. Again, it's really hard to put these in the wrong way because they build it so that you can't make mistakes. I just tried to put that one in backwards and it wouldn't take it. So, and we got this one here. It snaps in nicely. And then this one snaps in right there. All right. We'll then feed our main wire back through this clip. All right, we're all set ready to remount this back to the dryer. All right, everything is reconnected. We're ready to remount this to the dryer. So this is just going to slide right on there. So we have our 2 flanges there. Line up our screw holes. And we'll just reattach our screws. Screw number 1, I don't necessarily tighten them all the way until I'm sure everything's lined up. Second screw right there, and our 3rd screw, so everything's lined up. Tighten those up nice and tight. Okay, we're ready to put our lid back on. So make sure you have the right side. So the back of the unit is going to have this flange here that has our screw holes in it, whereas the front side does not. So this is the front, this is the back. This is going to drop on like that, and we're just going to slide her forward and then restore our screws here in the back. Okay, the last thing we need to do is restore our power. Plug that into the wall and give her a test. Everything should be good to go. Sometimes this is an intermittent problem, so you might not know right away, but I believe if the board was the problem, this new board should solve your issue and you should be good to go. If this video was helpful, please like and please subscribe. That is very helpful to us. If you need the part, I do have them listed below in the description. You can get them through Amazon, which is nice because if it doesn't work, you can always return it. The model that I'm prescribing here is for my unit. Make sure that you look for the one that works for your Samsung. There are a number of different models. Until next time, this has been Steve for Things Even I Can Do.